What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe's Story. I'm Captain Great Value, and I'm going to tell stories that I've heard from friends or read on the internet. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. How's it going, everybody? And I hope you all are having a great day. Today's stories are going to be about people farting in public. We all know that we let a toot out every now and then in a public place, and maybe if you're lucky, no one found out about it. Well, some of the people in these stories weren't so lucky, so I hope you enjoy it. This first story is called The Elevator Fart by Jay Ryder. He says, "No, I don't fart in public. I don't even like to rip farts in front of my family. Besides, after 40, you can't even trust a fart anymore. Even though my wife has no problem smoke screening me like a Clydesdale and our kids intentionally trap me in the car any chance they get, I just don't go there. I was at work early one morning and the back elevator that I was taking was just a service elevator. So outside of me, it was rarely ever used that time of day. Clearly, I was coming off from a sour stomach of beers and barbecue because I felt my eyes tearing up just as the elevator came to an abrupt stop. No, this isn't happening. I was expecting to be getting off on the first floor, coming down from the fifth, when the doors opened on the third. Just then, two really cute colleagues of mine made the mistake of getting in that elevator. I was so embarrassed, I immediately stepped off. I know I ruined it because I could hear them moaning in disgust as the doors closed behind me and the elevator continued down to the first floor. Needless to say, I just walked back up to my office. I wasn't about to run into them on the main floor or the next staff meeting an hour later. One more reason why I don't fart in public. I don't see that he did anything wrong. Just happened to be two people happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But you know what? It happens sometimes, and we'll just let that be that. On to the next one. This next one is called The Math Class Fart by Rahul Kali. Math test, total silence. My friend tried to sneak out a quick silent fart. Unfortunately, trying to hold it in for such a long time had created some Mambo number 5 style trumpeting sounds. He began in the moment and everybody looked up at him, including the teacher. Unfortunately, he'd started so he had to finish, and for what seemed like an age, his face was grimaced and red while he desperately tried to make it not loud, but in doing so, he prolonged the process for at least 10 seconds. When it finished, everybody looked around at the teacher and her face totally emotionless. Then she started laughing hysterically, and so did we. My friend put his head down in shame. At various points during the rest of the test, people randomly started laughing, and so did everyone else. So I have a clip that's related to this very situation, and I imagine the surprised face was the same as the students and the teacher.
See it. Great. Was that a fart? I don't know.
Ah, yes, the familiar shocked face that happens when somebody toots was that of Seth Rogen's face during this little clip. I can imagine that the teacher and the students had the same face until they broke out laughing, which would have been great if somebody started laughing in this clip as well, but obviously it wasn't about fart humor, it was about messing up the job interview. On to the next one. I called Rahul's second story the library fart. A different friend was known for loving to do loud farts. He came to talk to me in our huge school library. Grand old place with wooden panels and leather chairs everywhere. Total silence, and he said, "Listen to this." He sat on the wooden desk and farted. The reverberation and the high ceilings created an echo effect which went around the whole place, and the 50 people in there all started laughing. It was amazing. Well, that's what I imagined that one sounded like. You just got to be careful when you're tooting in the library because if you do it loud enough, you actually may end up being kicked out by the librarians. I guess they don't have any patience for that kind of humor, as I once witnessed a friend of mine get kicked out for the same reason. Anyways, though, let's move on to the next one. This next story comes to us from Raymond DeVries, and I named it Farting on a Karen's Face. By far, it's one of the best ones that I've seen so far today, so let's get on with it. Not me, my colleague. I sold copiers. A certain office manager wanted a $10,000 copier for $500. I offered her a refurbished monster for $1,000 that would actually do what she wanted. Lots of copies, but no whistles and bells. She insisted on a 7-day trial. That was fine, but when we arrived to install it, she directed us to a narrow staircase leading to the second floor. She then told us if we damaged anything, we were paying. Nice welcome. The copier weighed at least 200 pounds. There was about 3 inches of clearance to the walls. Fortunately, we transported these on rolling stretchers, not unlike what an ambulance uses. No matter, one of my college jobs was as a mover. I was the steerer since I was small and weary. My colleague was big and strong. I knew we could manage. As we started up the steps, she followed at a very close distance to be sure we did not damage her precious stairwell. Halfway up, the stress on my colleague's abdomen caused the inevitable to happen. Loudly, forcefully, and emphatically in the face of this witchy woman. She never let us get up the stairs. She demanded we get the hell out of her office and provide the name of our manager. Safely backwards we went. We stared at the floor and acceded to her demands. When we got outside, we laughed so hard I damn near peed myself. Never has anyone better deserved a fart in the face. I can honestly agree that she deserved to be poo-pooed on, because anybody who is that stubborn and, unempathetic towards people who have to carry equipment, whether it's their job or not, Karens, they get what they get. And even though they didn't sell anything, I'm sure that made their day. Can you imagine being the boss of these two hard workers and getting a call from a Karen saying that one of your workers farted in my face? I mean, how are you supposed to respond to that? Well, what was your face doing planted in my worker's butt while he was walking up the stairs? Anyways, on to the last one. This last one is from Mike Hawk, and I titled his story The Walmart Fart. Haha, I have a great one. I'll start by saying that I'm lactose intolerant. If I have something with dairy, I have the absolute nastiest egg farts. LOL. So one day in Walmart, I feel a bad one brewing. I said to my wife, we better run out of this aisle, and she looked at me wide-eyed like, oh, snap, and turns around and quickly walks the opposite direction. I follow and try to gently let it out as I'm walking, and at first it worked, but with every step, the fart got louder. LOL. Finally stopped farting just before I round the corner into the next aisle. We get about a quarter of the way down the aisle, and I hear a lady in the aisle we just came from yelling, "Oh my God, was that you? They must have a sewer leak in here or something." I busted out laughing. Rather loudly, might I add. My wife could not seem to find the humor in it, though. Haha. What a great story from Mike. Who hasn't farted in Walmart? I'm sure everybody has. You're just doing your shopping and you feel something in your gut and you're like, oh, well, let me look around and see if anybody's around, and the aisle looks empty, so you know what, you do it. Next thing you know, someone comes walking along. It's time to get away from there, because if not, they'll know it's you. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed these stories. I definitely enjoyed sharing them with y'all. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching, and if you really like this content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. See you on the next one.